Yes, it is the time again. I have prepared a new list with awesome free and open source applications just for you. And without further ado, let's get started. Meet with QR Share. QR Share is an app that allows you to share links and text by generating a QR code. Sometimes you just want to share a text or a link with someone and you don't want to bother with texting apps, and this app is just perfect for that. Just open the app and write whatever you want, or use the share menu and select QR Share from it. App generates your QR code instantly so that you can scan it on the other device. Maybe it's not a huge application, but it is one of those apps that becomes really handy when you need it. I always loved creating time-lapse videos on my phone, but for whatever reason, this feature does not exist on every single phone, or the options you are given are really scarce. That's why I found TimeLapseCamera. With TimeLapseCamera, you can record time lapses with any device. App also has huge category of options to customize from. You can choose to record a time-lapse video or time-lapse images. You can select which camera you want to use, exposure, zoom, and the recording resolution. You can even customize the camera capture interval if you want to really control the outcome. And there are many more options that you can control. A neat feature of this app that I love is that you can simply record in the background. So you can still use your device's display while the app is recording in the background. I highly suggest this application even if you have a time-lapse feature on your phone. What about a nicely built music app? Meet with Lotus. Lotus is a beautiful and modern looking music player app. It also supports full mono theming, and you know I'm a sucker for that. The app has a lot of customization options and you can customize the theme however you want. I wish every app had this much theme customization options. Moreover, it supports lyrics and has a built-in equalizer. Overall, a very solid and clean music application. Nowadays, every phone has at least 3 physical buttons. However, most of the time it is not possible to customize their functionality. KeyMapper is an app that will help you with that. First, you have to give the app the accessibility permission and other permissions for it to function fully. Also, app suggests to disable the battery optimization so that it doesn't randomly stop working. Then, press the plus button and press the record trigger button, and press whichever button you want to map. Then, you choose a trigger action. It can be a short press, long press, or double press. You can also add a second button to set it to trigger when you press them at the same time or sequentially. Then, choose an action. There are so many options to choose from. You can also add concentrates and adjust some other options. When it's finished, just press save and that's it. Just because of the sheer number of customizations, the app deserves a try. Our next app is a privacy-oriented one. Meet with Paranoid's Pal. It's an application that will lock your device automatically after its screen turns off. The only difference is that once Paranoid locks your device, you won't be able to use your biometrics to open it. So no one can use your face or finger to unlock it after it is locked. But the actual feature that I like is that you can set it up to lock your device when you shake it. Let's say that someone wants to grab your phone while you're using. All you have to do is to shake your device and boom, your phone is locked and safe. An interesting and a really handy application for those who need a little bit of extra security. Nowadays, you can find an open source alternative for almost any application. And one of the most requested open source applications that I encounter is an open source keyboard application. And HeliBoard is just that. HeliBoard has a huge variety of customizations and has full support for mono theming. Maybe it is not the best looking, but probably one of the most customizable keyboards that I have ever used. And that's it. If you're also searching for an open source and secure keyboard alternative, give HeliBoard a try. Nowadays, we all have tons of different accounts and passwords to manage. Remembering all of them can be a really big hassle, and that's why most of us use a password management application. However, if you're someone like me, you're also skeptical of giving your password and login information to a third party with the closed source applications. That's why I found KeyPass. KeyPass is a free and open source password manager app. All you have to do to start using KeyPass is to create a password and that's it. Then, by using the plus button, you can add whatever account or password you have. App also has a clean and modern design with a mono theming support. You can also choose to backup your credentials locally and transfer them to another place. Of course, app has an autofill service support for your convenience, and you can choose to log in with biometrics instead of password. Overall, a perfect solution for the ones who prefer open source. Let's switch to a less serious but interesting application. Have you ever wanted to visualize how much time you have left to a certain event? Well, Left does that. Simply enter your birthday and your expected lifespan, and the app will show you how many years you have left with a simple dot grid. Grayed out ones are the years that you have already passed, and the light ones are the amount of years that you still have. However, let me warn you, the app can put you inside of an existential crisis. Of course, you don't have to use it for your life expectancy. Just enter today's date and an event you anticipate in the future. An app will visualize how long you left with. Okay, the next app is a little bit of cheating. It is actually an app that I use to enable other apps to function properly. The app I'm talking about is Shizuku. A lot of great apps requires root permission to function, but rooting your device might be too technical for some people, and sometimes you encounter problems with banking and payment apps when you root your device. Shizuku is basically an uninvasive and easily revertible version of root. It doesn't give you as much control as an actual root access, but it is more than enough for almost anyone. And our next app is one of those apps that require Shizuku. Meet with the Ambient Music Mod. Since its inception, I always liked the pixel exclusive feature that shows you music that is playing around you on your lock screen and ambient display. Ambient Music Mode enables that feature for any Android phone. It might have a simple functionality, but I love it. One downside of the app is that it consumes a lot of battery. Although it has several options to reduce the battery consumption, that's one thing that you should be aware of. Okay, the next one is an app that I use almost every day. RustDesk is an open source remote desktop application. It is a clean UI, it supports every operating system, and most importantly, it just works. My remote PC is running Linux and RustDesk for almost 2 years by now, and it never stopped working. Whenever I wanted, I connected to it without a problem. As any other remote desktop app, you can also password protect your PC. And that's all. Just an amazing remote desktop app that you can rely on. I highly recommend RustDesk over closed-sourced and paid applications like TeamViewer. And as our last app, I choose something a bit more simple. Meet with Followidget. Followidget is an app that adds a widget to your home screen which displays your real-time Instagram followers. All you have to do is to put your Instagram handle and add the widget to your home screen. However, one problem I have encountered with the app is that for me it does not scale correctly and account picture is cropped out. Also, it would be pretty cool if it could display more than just Instagram followers like YouTube followers. But in any case, an interesting app nonetheless. And with that, we come to the end of this list. If you have any suggestions for the future, just let me know down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. It helps massively. And as always, take care.